My name is Pieter Hijma, and it's really a team effort. I'm standing here because I think from the team I'm the most embedded in the Interfacer project. But yeah, it's really a team effort. And this is the team that is should have been here. Unfortunately, Moritz couldn't be here because of a COVID infection, but the other ones are here, but our team is actually even bigger than that. And we are supported by Fab City Hamburg, HIWW that employs me, and Open Source Ecology Germany. And this is one of the projects that will survive or extend beyond the Interfacer project. So we will live on, and this is one of the outcomes that will continue to operate beyond the Interfacer project. So what is the problem that we're trying to solve? So engineering in general and open source hardware in particular, we come also from the open source hardware, we've heard a lot about that, but we feel that it lacks an open ecosystem of software tools. And open source hardware is not really open if the tools are proprietary, in our opinion. And an open toolchain, an open ecosystem of tools is also very important in proprietary hardware. It's not only for open source hardware, it makes it possible that people can exchange much more than is possible right now. So the inspiration is, so we want to have an open source ecosystem for engineering and design, and the open source software system Blender is a big inspiration for us. In the course of 10 years, it has become the de facto standard in animating 3D things, 3D objects. So, for example, even big film studios are using it now. And this shows you what a little bit of funding can do to make open source software very, very powerful. But we want to see this also in the area of manufacturing goods and engineering. And yeah, that's what we're trying to accomplish. So to create a robust open source ecosystem, interoperable software tool chains, and for collaborative, much more collaborative engineering than is possible now because of all the closed systems. And an example of a tool chain, for example, you want to produce something, some product. It starts with a concept, but then to manufacture that, you start designing that in CAD programs, computer-aided design. But then you want to machine it, you want to control the machines through this computer-aided manufacturing. And then you want to have firmwares for those CNC machines that you can see here, for example. So examples are Linux CNC, Pi CNC, and then you get to the product. But that's not where the chain ends, of course. Circular economy, it's a loop actually. It's a chain, a looped chain. So the areas we want to be active in is supporting the development of open source software and also promote the adoption of it. And the means is scholarships, grants, we have an example of that. Community events, we have examples of that. And invest in academia as well. We haven't been doing that, but it's on our list. And I'm incredibly proud of what our team has been able to accomplish with severe time restrictions and financial restrictions, actually. But let me try to list a couple of them. We started with a specification for a legal entity, very detailed specification. We defined a mission, a vision, a corporate identity. We hired a law firm for consultancy for setting up this legal entity. And in the meantime, we became a virtual organization under the wings of the Center for the Cultivation of Technology. And this made it possible that we could actually do things and organize events and give out grants. So I'm very proud of that. But these are just the things that I couldn't visualize, we have much more. So in July, we had a kickoff event that was very successful and really a multiplicator. For example, Andrew Lamb, who is here in the audience, joined us at the event, but was so kind to present the Open Toolchain Foundation at the Bali event, for example. So this was really a kickoff event and a multiplicator for us. We have a curated database of software tools. You can go online and look at all the tools. We want to have a clear view of not only open but also proprietary software tools. We have an active forum, and next couple of days we will organize a hackathon, and the forum is already a place where activity is going on. And we were able to support development of FreeCAD, 6,000 euro grants in the area of FreeCAD, an open source CAD, computer-aided design software project. And snapping in the Sketcher workbench, a very fundamental part of FreeCAD. Architectural modeling by Jorik van Havre, who is one of the founders of FreeCAD. Again, Sketcher workbench, B-splines, a coded CAD in combination with FreeCAD with a component database and electromagnetic simulations. And the cool thing is the approach that we take is we really try to investigate and become part of the community and find the developers that can have the most impact in that. So an example of the FreeCAD forum where Uwe Steur, one of the developers, is developing the electromagnetic simulations, finite element methods. We were invited to the FreeCAD Day, so we presented the Open Toolchain Foundation there. We asked for a stand at FOSDEM, one of the biggest open source conferences in the world. I think 8,000 people at our stand. I think we saw, well, a low estimate is that we were visited by 800 visitors, but I think it were more. And we're organizing this Monday and Tuesday a hackathon. We're going to take a piece of open source hardware, a wireless mesh router, open source hardware, but designed in a proprietary software, and we're going to port that to open source software with various teams and compete, and yeah, very excited about that as well. So I would also like to, so I'm very proud of that, but I would also like to give some words of gratitude. I want to thank people, also the funding agencies, the EU project, the ERDF, but also the BWI here in Hamburg. And also that this may not be mentioned enough, I think, but I've never directly, I was never directly involved with politics here, but I always had the feeling that what we are doing here in the Interfacer project had strong political support in Hamburg, and I think that is amazing. And yeah, I think it's worth mentioning that one time. And also support from the Interfacer team, Professor Wolfsberg, Tobias Redlich, Emmanuel, and Anna, who did many of the day-to-day things, organized many day-to-day things for us. And I remember a conversation with Tobias and Emmanuel. Said, but yeah, we know how to hire people, but setting up a foundation, we don't know how to do that. And I'm very grateful that they put trust in us to basically try to accomplish that. And yeah, so many thanks to that. And I want to thank many people from the Interfacer team, and in particular, Michael Langhammer, Axel, Wolf, Lasse, Burmeister, Jacqueline, JC, and Robin, Mohamed. They all played a small role in specific things for the Open Toolchain Foundation. And of course, my team, our team, Tim, Martin, Julian, Robert, but our team is actually much bigger. So Basti, Moritz, Natalia, Isa, Mark, Michelle is also part of the team. And many different organizations, Open Source Ecology Germany, Martin Hoyer and others, the Internet of Production Alliance, Andrew, whom I already mentioned, the FreeCAD community, Jorik van Haver, Brett Collette, the Cat Query people, RTU, the KiCad community who invited us to dinner at FOSDEM, which was very nice, and Maximilian Voigt from Verbund of Werkstätten and the Prototype Fund Hardware, the Appropedio, Emilio Velis, Libra Solar, Martin Jaeger, who is now a father and cannot be here, but great. And so, thanks everybody. But an outlook for the future. High quality open source CAD/CAM Kai software in 10 years, I hope so. Open firmwares for machine control, proper file formats for exchange, a vibrant community behind all this, manufacturing and engineering accessible to anyone. I think this should become a very important political point as well. So the future of making, in our opinion, it requires open tool chains. And well, you can find us here.